So welcome back. Here we are again, the Building Trades Podcast, The Silence of the Worker. I have a good friend of mine here today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. I identify myself like the immigrant that Canada needs to solve the problem that we are having right now in the trades.
And what's your name?
Andres Rodriguez.
Andres, we have been on doing this podcast to let everyone in the construction industry know what's been going on. We have not talked to someone as in depth and as engaged as you in the industry. And so we need to hear another perspective on, and I know that me and you have talked about how we can make things right, how we can do proper for the people, both for the companies and for the people that need it, show them the benefit of being Canadian, show them the benefit of coming to Canada. So I'm just gonna pass it over to you and you can tell what you want to tell.
Okay, let me ask you something first, Rob.
Okay.
When was the first time that you knew that we have a problem in the construction industry? When?
When did I first know there was a problem in the construction industry? I knew a little bit about it during the Calgary Ring Road as the business manager of the ironworkers at the time, but I knew nothing about it until I came to work at the Building Trades in 2020, and we realized that all of our cement masons and carpenters and laborers were not working infrastructure anymore. We lost the market share. So it's been till 2020 for me.
Okay, I moved to Canada August 18, 2005.
2005.
I started working in construction after 6 months. I found that job after I finished my LINK program, language instruction for newcomers. 3 months trying to get access to a building with no communication skills. I approached to a big white man, hard hat, and I asked, I'm looking for working. He says, are you looking for what? I'm looking for working. I said, no, give me 1 second. He brought somebody who speaks Spanish. I started working in construction part-time.
Was that in Calgary or Edmonton?
In Calgary. Part-time because I was taking full-time English classes.
Nice.
So I moved my schedule for part-time English LINK program and then full-time as a non-experienced labor.
Labor. Can you say who it was for?
Yeah, I was working for Conform Works.
Conform.
Yes, in Calgary back 20 years ago.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they brought a subtrade. And the guy said, do you know, I can't give you the $14 that you're having, but the total amount, no discount. So right when I started working with them, I was offered
Cash.
I went home and I told my dad, and my dad says, if you get that, go back to Colombia because something is gonna happen to you. So I follow my dad's advice and I continue. The guy who hired me took me to PCL.
PCL.
Yes, but when I was working on that company, I saw a lot of things happening. A lot of cash checks, like envelopes, every time, and I didn't know what happened. And now I know today.
And we've talked about that on past podcasts. What you experienced back 2005, I had no idea it was going that long ago. But this is the problem that's going on today still in 2025, is that there's workers that are literally getting paid in cash envelopes on the job sites today.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they are work visa, and as well we have the resident permanents and refugees. What happened when you go through that system, you've been part of the human traffic. And then what happened, the wages, I never seen a journeyman rate increase since 20 years ago.
For the cash, people working cash.
No. For us.
Okay.
Like the journeyman carpenters, because of cash people, is bringing everything down.
So them being a market where people can go to restricts the growth of wages for carpenters.
Yeah.
I agree.
And what happened? The lower bid. The big companies, I'm part of the second largest corporation, and we work very well, but sometimes because of budget, we bring the lowest
bid.
And the lowest bid, as per my experience, is a red flag. Bring subtrades that they need to get the money that they need to build that project. They need a third party that is going to bring cheap labor for them to be able to accomplish that bid that they commit to.
But let me interrupt you for 1 second. It's because the whole industry is going to that they have to cut each other's throats to get that job. And so when they take these projects so cheap and cut out contractors that would never do this, the good union contractors, that's what happens. They bring in these cheap subs to meet their budget, I agree. But why did they bid so low in the first place when they knew what it was going to cost? Right?
Exactly.
It's because the opportunity is there to save money at the civil end, the concrete, the forming, the scaffolding down at the bottom. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just frustrated that companies are still doing this.
I think that the top general contractors, they gotta get together with you, with the union representative, and solve that.
I know.
Because sometimes, because of that war, I was part of the union before I came to Alice Don. That was, I call the union like the NHL,
Yeah.
and the others are the community. Union got the tools to give you the opportunity to improve your skills and to go to these big general contractors and reduce the deficiencies. Then they don't have to lower the bid because they are instead of have good trades qualified people that the union is going to take care of with RSPs, insurance, and everything.
Pensions, benefits.
They are killing Canada.
I know. I know.
I'm a
I
proud
agree.
Canadian.
Yeah.
I love Canada. Canada have given me the basic needs: shelter, security, and food. But now, because of the human traffic and lower bids, they are putting in jeopardize. How do you say
Yeah,
jeopardizing?
jeopardizing.
They are jeopardizing the well-being of Canada.
In Canada, construction is a middle-class job. You can buy a house. You can buy cars. You can put your kids in university. You can have braces and glasses for your kids. Construction, the government here talks about it, parity of esteem. Construction here is still a good job, but it's under attack right now. I totally agree. And so what we've done is before this municipal election, we met with both people running in Calgary and people running in Edmonton, and we told them about this problem. Now, we've told the past mayor of Edmonton and City Council and the past mayor of Calgary and City Council that this was going on. These people that got elected, the mayor up here met with us last Friday, and we need to talk to them because municipal governments are the biggest purchasers of construction in this province. And so I'm on the social procurement committee to talk about that. Procurement matters because when you drive these contractors to no profits, because they're lucky to make 1 to 5% right now, and people laugh about that. Union guys say, no, they're making more than that, they're just hiding it. We've talked to big companies, and the profit margin, the only way that they make their profits is with volume of work. They have to take as much work, you know, you're working for them.
Oh, yeah.
They have to take as much work as they can and scrape some profits that way, and then back charge for extras. It's a gross market right now. We need to change the procurement so people can value that if we're gonna put tax dollars into a project, that project should be on time and on budget, yes, but it should also build apprentices and be an opportunity for people that are in this system to rise up and have that parity of esteem and have something that they can be proud of in their life, being a construction worker with a pension and with benefits. And that all is being taken away by this lowest bid mentality. But anyways, I'm taking up all the time. Let's start talking about your story and what you want to talk about today.
I want to be able to help as many people of my community to get to where I was. If we commit for a 5 years plan, we steal the good people from the human trafficking, the company that are abusing them, without them to know that they have been abused, the change would start from it.
So take the people that are being abused, bring them into the real construction world.
But the good ones, because
good ones.
There are bad apples too.
For sure. There's bad apples in our system as well. There is. Why focus on the good ones?
Because the good one always is going to bring another good one. You become what your surrenders are.
Yeah. Sad that those general contractors do not use us on these projects anymore, but we want to help them. We want to solve this problem together. We want to come together with the general contractors again like we used to be. And maybe we screwed up. Maybe we were too expensive. Maybe we didn't want to play ball. Maybe it was their fault. Maybe it was both of our faults. Probably the truth. It was both of our faults. But it's time to come back together and solve this issue. Because I know you were saying that people high up in the company don't even know what's happening.
Nobody. 7 out of 10 people, they don't know. They don't know. Why do I know? Because I do speak the language.
Yeah.
Because I start from the bottom. I choose to become a union guy because of the benefits and the opportunities. I had to become a journeyman through it to open my pathway. Wrong is wrong.
Wrong is wrong. And if 70% don't know, because I agree with you. I go out and talk to groups and tell them about what we're finding on the Yellowhead, on the ring road in Calgary, on the dam down at Springbank, on the LRT here. It's everywhere. They picked up 17 undocumented human trafficked people on the LRT 3 weeks ago. It's crazy. It's everywhere.
Let me tell you a story.
Okay.
I always walk. I am like a priest on the field with the Latin community.
Okay.
One day, 4 guys came to me, and they say, what do you do to work with Alice Dunn? What kind of work visa do you have? And I said, no, I don't have a work visa. I got a tourist visa. And the 4 of them, they said, same here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I go like, what's going on? And I said, no, I'm a citizen. And I said I had to, and they walk away.
So you fooled them into thinking that you're in the same boat as them.
And it's not the one project. In every project that happened. So that happened, and they opened to me because I speak the language.
Was this on the site, on the job site?
Inside. That's normal for
So they're working for a subcontractor.
Yes, for a subcontractor.
Illegally for cash.
Yes.
But they want to work for Alice Dunn.
Yeah.
They're probably good workers,
Yeah.
but they're just not following the rules.
How do you do it? And I said, because I got a work visa. Yes, I fooled him.
Funny.
Yeah.
But sad at the same time.
Yeah, I said.
Because I bet those 4 kids just want the same thing. They just want to participate. But in being tricked into being where they are, it's hard to get out of that now.
And the other thing, the problem is that when you go and talk to somebody, they said, it's not legal to ask for the documents, legal documents. And I said, what do you mean? When I start with PCL, they asked me for my resident permanence. When I start with Alice Dunn, they said, are you legally working in Canada? And I have to prove. So why a subcontractor cannot prove? Why is illegal ask for the documents, legal documents? I just want to know.
Yeah. Why don't they have to?
Yeah.
Because they pay in cash and it's under the table.
But why is illegal? Because that's the answer that I always get. It's not legal to ask them for the status.
Oh, that's not true.
That's the always answer.
So the
that I have.
subcontractor tells the bigger contractor it's not illegal for us to ask.
That's what they
that's
say always.
patently untrue. They're just
Okay.
lying. They're just lying. There is a criminal code in Canada. There are labor codes in Canada. There are immigration codes in Canada. And the problem that we're having right now is every bit of legislation is divided into silos. Silos like individual places where they all live in their own little bits of the legislation. And there's not one body out there that's educating the people and enforcing the laws because it's so splintered. So today on the floor of the House of Commons in Ottawa, our friend and partner Kelly McCauley asked the Liberal government, why, if we're going to worry about human trafficking, why can't we fix it? It's happening in Edmonton all the time, every day. Thousands, right?
In Vancouver, it's people hanging doors for $18 an hour.
It's crazy.
$18 an hour, catch in a camp.
Yeah.
So what I would do, if I have a crystal ball, a witch,
Yeah.
I would bring the top general contractors in the city, and I'm gonna tell them, you are killing my people. You are killing Canada, the city that opened the door for me to be safe. And I would commit the whole unions and them to have a meeting and start solving this problem little by little. Because we are dying here.
Yeah. Oh, we know. We have 16% unemployment in the youth that started when me and you started construction. They're sitting at home. These entry-level jobs are gone. We need immigration. We're not having as many babies as we used to have. We need immigration. But we need to do it legally, because if we do it illegally, the construction market is going to crumble. We need the skills, we need the wages, we need the securities, we need the health and welfare and the pensions. We need that for Canadian people to progress. This end run of capitalism is not looking after the people anymore. This immigration, I've watched Hispanic people working in the field. They're hard-working people. We need them to participate in the construction workforce, following the rules. And so I agree with you. And if any general contractors are out there listening, the Building Trades of Alberta is more than willing to host a meeting. We're in a huge boardroom here. We'd like to bring it in and have a problem solving. And I'll tell you what, we're going to talk to the new mayor of Edmonton and see if we can facilitate that meeting and bring in everybody that bids their projects consistently and sit around this table and figure out how we're not going to perpetrate this crime against young Hispanic people anymore, and that we're going to find a way to do this legally for the best intentions of the city, of the citizens, and of the workers, and of the industry, and of the contractors. The Building Trades of Alberta, the last thing we want to do is piss off the contractors. That's not why we're here today. We are not trying to damage relationships with general contractors by pointing out what's happening, but it's happening right now. It's going to happen on that pour on Terwilliger in the next 3 days, Terwilliger and Whitemud. I see them getting ready with their screeders and getting all ready for this big pour, and the word is out there that they are looking for a whole bunch of undocumented people to come work on that concrete. It's tragic.
Yeah,
We have 40 cement masons out of work at the Cement Masons Hall right now that could go do that job for you. And what's the difference? A little bit of wages? That's it. Instead, you're going to have some people, and there's lots of good, hardworking people, but there's some people who don't have the skill set to be up there. They could get hurt. They don't have Alberta health care. They don't have workers' compensation.
They don't have anything.
They have nothing. And if they get hurt, you know what happens? And maybe you, as the CEO of these big companies, don't understand this, but if they get hurt, they get told to beat it.
Yeah.
Go to the hospital, but don't tell them you're working here. We'll deny it. We'll get you deported. It happens all the time.
And they go back to whatever place they are from,
Yeah.
they get fixed, and they come back.
They come back. They don't come back as strong because a lot of them get seriously injured.
Oh, yes.
It's a sad, sad state of affairs. But yes, we will facilitate that if we can get people to come in and talk to us and work with us. And we're going to push it not because the contractors want to do it, but because it's the right thing to do. And we're going to work with the City of Edmonton. And we're hopefully, Mayor Farkas, when you get elected, you want to come and sit with us as well and talk about Calgary, because that Green Line, you can bet that this is going to be happening on the Green Line in Calgary. Yes. It happened on the Ring Road. It's going to be worse on the Green Line. They're going to be looking to cut corners because we already know of the expenses and everything that's involved with the Green Line. We are going to be out there raising the alarm to tell people, and we're finally getting people realizing what's going on. There was the raid at the Scotia Place down in Calgary where they picked up 4 undocumented workers. You know what happened that day up at SAIT? All the workers, all the Hispanic workers got sent home. I wonder why. I wonder why that happened, because we had workers on the site that saw them being sent home, and they were told to go because immigration was raiding. They went and raided a company called Marmot, a union company, 200 employees, not one undocumented worker, doing sidewalks, doing the same concrete work. But all of them were legitimate, all of them had papers, all of them had the proper safety training, all of them were getting pensions and benefits, working for a company 1 block away. So how can we do it? Some companies can do it. We need to talk about procurement, following the law, and doing what's right.
Yeah. Finally, at the end, I am who I am because of the construction industry.
Same.
I got the life that I have because of Canada. I have had the job of my dreams because I became part of this beautiful society. I learned the language. I have 3 Canadian kids, a beautiful wife, and I've never worked in construction under the table. But to be the best, you have to be with the best, and the people that got the power have to realize that they are in charge of the future of our industry and my community.
Well said. Please reach out to us. I'm Rob Calver. I'm with the Building Trades of Alberta. We can put you in touch If you want to come and tell your story, contact the building trades. This is not all a negative podcast. We have some hope. We have some plans.
It's always.
And now we got to work with elected officials. Not that they can solve all of our problems in the industry. We also have to work with general contractors and good subcontractors. There's good subcontractors out there. I don't want to label them all the same. A lot of union companies are subcontractors to general contractors. We have ironworkers, we have pipe fitters, welders, you name it out there. Laborers, carpenters.
This is going to hurt. Sometimes the CEO doesn't know that got corruption inside.
That's right.
For $3 each person, let's give them the project to them.
So let me explain that. There are people in mid-management and lower who are being bribed to take 20 undocumented workers at $3 an hour if they'll put them on the job site and turn a blind eye. And that's happening, and it's documented, and we know it's happening. We won't name companies where it's happening, but it's happening in the big companies, and they're allowing this to happen. Here's the truth from the building trades perspective. It wouldn't happen if they were union people, because every union person dispatched has a social insurance number, has the proper training, is legitimate to work in Canada, and we just proved that when the Border Security went and talked to Marmot. And those are laborers. We have laborers, carpenters, cement masons, enough to fill all of these calls. We have room for immigrants to come up legally and work in our unions. We have the room to work with you to get a wage package that meets your needs. And we will lobby with you to tell the municipal procurement people that what they're looking for in a bid is unreasonable, and this is why. And this is the real cost of doing construction. And bring back our industry and make it safe again and make it somewhere we can send our kids. Awesome. Thank you, sir. That was
Thanks
great.
a lot.
Appreciate it.